Samus.
Yeah.
To see like good, strong players play them when they don't have as much preparation in the matchup, because you kind of get to see them like adapt and react to what they're opting for early on.
Okay, so we're going into it. They had a strong neutral start, and here it is with the... Oh, okay. First damage goes to grab. All right, NorCal already behind their boy, just cheering him on.
Yeah, this is going to be a big push for Spark. If he can get this win, it'll be a big deal.
I like the crouch cancel there. Sheik with her own crouch cancel, I guess, tricks.
She has a lot of great options out of crouch cancel. It's just that because she's so weak against it, the mechanic ends up working against her overall, and so that's what you hear about. But she's also got those options, right? She's super scary off grab, crouch cancel grab, super strong. She's also got a great down tilt and down smash, so it's not bad for her in any way.
And I like that read on the fastball against HugS. Spark was able to get that down tilt out and just kind of reset the recovery scenario. Wow, grapple beam is done.
He gets the poof, but Samus is back. That nair comes out just in time for HugS, protecting his drop down. These players are moving around quite a bit. I find it interesting. I think in neutral, the only two moves I've seen Spark go for are fair and grab. So and I guess needles. So he's really focusing on using those strong tools effectively, rather than and mixing up how he uses those tools, rather than mixing up which tools he's going to. I think it's working out really well for him. I mean, obviously, two really strong moves of Sheik's.
Yeah.
But I'm a little concerned because HugS known to be a player who is great at adaptation. And if you show him the same thing too many times, even with mix-ups, he's going to figure it out.
Yeah. He's definitely the type of player that you want to hold your cards close to the chest against.
Once again, we see kind of the weakness of Sheik's recovery as Hugo goes for like 3 or 4 rinse and repeats and gets F smash after F smash until he's able to clean up the stock, even on Dreamland.
And what I like about what Spark did on that, in between stock time, is he actually took the time to kind of wait on the cloud and assess the situation. I feel, just from watching these first 2 stocks, he's a very patient player and a very methodical player.
I also, I'm wondering if Wispy didn't come into his thought process there as he was stalling out a little bit.
Okay.
Because Wispy was going during that time. Maybe he doesn't want to play against Samus during Wispy. Positioning's so important against Samus. She kind of, sort of like Peach, she puts up the turret, right? Yeah. So you want to make sure that you have total control of your spacing. Might not be worth it to deal with Wispy.
I missed the spot dodge there against the very slow-moving charge wave.
One of the things I'm really impressed with Spark right now is he's forcing HugS to be the aggressor in a lot of situations. Not many players have the patience to do that. HugS great at playing that positioning game and putting himself right in that position where if you pick the wrong thing, you're in so much trouble. And Spark is like forcing HugS to create that. Wow, that was fast. Once again, we saw Bladewise do it, I think, Game 2 versus Face Roll, and it's such a heavy punish if you can make that happen.
I feel like HugS dropped the down throw there. He opted again for a forward throw. You can't really get anything off of that with Samus, so.
Ooh, nice down smash. Once again, we see the crouch cancel coming into play for Sheik.
Reading the jump, but it was a little bit too far back.
Spark continues to just use that space super effectively.
And kind of comes in at a 45-degree angle with the needles. Kind of like, oh, I want to be above you. I know you can't really hit me up here, so I'm just going to approach from above.
I love that turnaround needle play. We've been seeing it more and more from Sheik players, and Spark obviously one of the ones that use it a lot. Face Roll another. Both of them doing it to a great effect, and it opens up that back air that puts out so much space in front of you. So it's a really interesting option, and it's fast, it's tricky, it looks funny. I'm a big fan. Spark showing he knows the combo game.
Yeah, but he also was able to recognize the Wispy game because if, usually out of a down throw, you want to go for kind of like either, depending on how they DI, like a forward air. But there he kind of just drifted back and got the up air instead. Yo.
All right, so once again, Spark able to clean up the stock before Hugo, and he's down a little bit. Let's see if Hugo can clean this up again. He's shown, ooh, he goes early. Spark hadn't been going to ledge, and he had just punished him the one time he did go to ledge, so he had the read that it wasn't going to happen again, but Spark a level deeper. Ooh, that up B, super unsafe if it doesn't hit, but it worked out. He had the read again. Oh, these needles, they're so scary.
And he knows exactly where to position himself just to get those needles in.
Samus very used to, having that long recovery, and it really hard for people to cover it, but needles are just so perfect to shark that.
Yeah.
Oh, spot dodge, but then Spark gets out of there just in time. HugO's got a huge mountain to climb right here. It is so hard for him to get the kill and then play a whole nother stock without eating anything hard.
And it's even harder because look at the time. If this were to go to another stock,
and it's not gonna.
It's not gonna. They would have to pay attention to that.
All right, so HugS takes game 1.
It's that was what's the word that I'm looking for? It was a slog. It was a war of attrition. It was definitely the type of game where you need to be able to have some stamina to play at that length and neutral for that long.
Yeah, and you saw like Spark was opting to go for like fair, mixing up like tiny little spacings and stuff to make it all work out. So it's just, you know, he's doing a really great job in showing why he's NorCal number 10 right now, I think. Finds a quick back air, goes in for the down smash. HugO's able to get a punish. Oh, Sheiks are so good at returning the favor, you know? You think you got a combo on the Sheik and she just pops out all of a sudden.
Okay. HugS moving in, moving and grooving out here.
It's a tricky thing when you're used to being the player, as HugS is, that's responding to approaches.
Yeah.
In this case, Spark is the one who's forcing him to approach, and HugO's saying, okay, fine, I'll show you I can approach.
And I like the choice of going to Yoshi's here because in the previous one, Spark was able to like utilize that space on Dreamland to kind of just, like you said earlier, force HugS to approach, kind of put him at that, force the tempo on him. But this time, I feel like HugS with this, like the small amount of space, he can chase Spark to corners, get him in those really cool grabs that he's known for getting. It's a smart counter pick.
I can't believe Sheik was invincible for that whole fair from Samus, and it ends up working out for him. Spark showing up his stuff right now. HugS gets a little bit of percent here early on in that second stock.
Wow, good follow up.
Spark's moving again. Big combo. Samus down smashes his way out.
Barely gets the lip of that platform on the landing.
Spark has been very precise with his movement and timing, and that's like something that's really hard for Samus to deal with. A lot of Samus's moves, they're just not all that safe. You have to commit to it, and yeah, she can cover the second with a second move very quickly, but it's tough.
Yeah, Spark opted for that platform there, and HugS willing to challenge, go up in the air, and then gets the fair or the smash.
Yeah. Ooh, he finds some partially charged shot, and that's gonna be the stock.
Okay, waiting out that invincibility on the ledge. Spark opting just to charge needles.
Spark trying to hold center stage here, forcing HugO to come in. I think this is a smart move against Samus, especially on this stage, because if your kill attack doesn't quite kill, the Samus is gonna make it back, right? Like you're gonna have a recovery scenario.
And that was just 2 grabs in a row, calling out both shields. Wow.
Ooh, that shield just
yeah.
in time. And I guess he shield DI'd forward in order to make that wave dash possible. F smash, down smash. That's gonna do it.
Just enough time.
Oh, it didn't do it, but he finds the shot. Charge shot again. Huh?
Was that 2 nairs to kind of counter the, or I guess challenge the charge shot? I think it was.
Yeah, I guess so. And like, I don't know. It's actually kind of tricky, right? Like, what other options does she have there?
If she's landing, probably not too many, especially against a charge shot. And but Spark still finds a rebuttal.
Yeah, and I think that again, it's sort of like what we talked about in the last set, where you kind of, as Sheik, you kind of have to just accept, like, when I'm off stage, I'm in a real bad spot. I just have to win despite that.
Yeah.
And especially against these top players, you don't have too many other options.
I like that call out there with the back airs from Spark.
We talked in the first game a lot about how Spark was mainly just using fairs to do everything.
Yeah.
And in this game, we see him switching it up a little bit, throwing out a lot more bears, turning around, showing him his back. And it's working out really effectively, I think. But with that said, HugS is about to take the game. That should be it.
And I can't believe that up till actually reached that far. Great timing from HugS, sorry. And he is now tied in game with Spark.
All right, so let's talk a little bit about stage picks here.
Okay.
What does Sheik have that's going to work out for her?
I think the best options here are going to be the bigger stages. So I feel, well, that's the thing. I would have said FD, but we know that Spark likes to kind of approach from above. So I feel that his next option will probably be Battlefield Or if he's feeling a little cheeky, Pokemon. But that's still, I don't know.
Yeah, both characters aren't big fans of Final Destination,
Oh.
but Spark feels like he's got the lead in the long game, and so he's going to go for it anyway. I'm a little bit surprised that we didn't see Pokemon instead, but let's see what Spark's got. Needles are going to be such a good tool in this match, in this stage, because, I mean, how does Samus get around him? It's very tricky. Again, we see Spark going for a lot of fairs. He's facing them very carefully, and he's looking for a lot out of them.
And to kind of build on your point about Needles, I feel that HugS, or particularly Samus, can close the distance if he reads that Spark is going to go for charging Needles. Or if Spark opts to jump in the air and charge the Needles, Samus can kind of like wave dash in and then maybe attack from below. Like you said earlier in the last set against with Face Roll, you don't want to have someone below you if you're Sheik.
Ooh,
Nice.
we get another F smash. He goes for the sharp shot. This time the Nair actually does work out to make that stop, but the problem with the Nair is that you have to put it out, and now you're way below stage. You have very few options to recover. And HugS able to punish that really cleanly. Spark needs to find something here.
Great catch on the landing.
Fair. I wonder if an up air would have given him a little more opportunity.
All right, HugS without the chain, I guess the charge beam. Got caught in the middle of a hit, I guess.
All right, so HugS able to make it back on stage. Again, we see him do that shield DI on the charged Needles in order to get way forward. This time, Spark's able to respond more effectively.
And that was a great read by Spark there, kind of waiting for the spot dodge and then going in for the grab, and then getting another needle grab. This
All
kid.
of a sudden,
Yeah.
HugS looked like he was in so much control as this game started, and then Spark not only got on high percent, and then played super patiently in order to get that kill. He didn't get greedy, he didn't get thirsty. And then he comes in the second stock, and all of a sudden the aggressions is way back up, and he gets a quick hit to bring it back to even.
Interesting choice.
These grabs, it's literally reactable, right? Like, Samus's grab, you can react to it if you're ready for it. And the fact that HugS finds so many and gets punished for so few is so impressive. Another grab.
One, yeah.
And he's finding so many good punishes off of them as well. This time we see the full F smash. HugS, again, it's so hard for Sheik when she's off the stage. She has so little option to get back. Quite tricky.
And I feel like Samus, in particular, punishes her pretty hard because his her down smash knocks in the opposite direction, so you can go back out stage. Or if she has enough time, she can do a forward smash, walk around, and then just hit you further that way or the opposite side of the stage.
And both are just, I mean, they're killers, right? Like,
yeah.
You can actually just die to any of those options. Oh, Spark finds the punish on this grab. He's been getting caught by it so much.
Can you get the read here? Wow.
That was crazy. I can't believe that HugS went for that, and I also can't believe it worked. I'm really impressed. Holy cow. HugS getting a lot of extra credit here. Ooh, nice spot dodge. Reading the grab, but he's able to dodge the F tilt just as well. Spark moving, challenging Hugo to come in his space.
And I like the use of Nair to kind of like just go against the missiles, kind of like hit through them, but
HugS finds a little combo, but he's not able to get much off that fair. In fact, he gets hit out of it.
uh-oh.
Does he have enough to make it back?
No, not enough.
Okay. I think that needle really did him in. If he didn't get hit by that needle, he would have had more momentum and might be able to reach.
It's such slow shield pressure from Samus. Did you see that? She had enough time to kind of like almost do her short hop, and then back air and then forward tilt. Like that seems like it's punishable.
Yeah, and it's that interesting shield pressure where it's like a lot of it is I know that you're scared.
Yeah.
Right? It's not necessarily like a true string, or it's just you don't have it right now. Like, you're not ready for this. And I love those mind games, that part of the game. HugS able to clean it up once again, and he's got a clean stock lead. Can Spark make this happen?
I guess that's something to research for later. Like, does Samus's back airs auto cancel, or do they have very little in terms of landing lag?
Yeah, you got me. To me, Samus is just a big box with a bunch of hitboxes around it, and I just die. That's my understanding of the character. Oh, man. Both characters choosing to go for a little bit more movement-oriented gameplay right now. It's kind of interesting after we kind of saw the slobber knocker of games 1 and 2. Oh, he reads the instant get up, but Spark waits just that tiny second, and it's enough. Spark has a double jump, and he's able to use it to trick Hugo up. Oh, He just misses that grab. HugS able to spot dodge in time, and now he's in trouble.
No!
Misses the F smash. Sparks gets another lease on life. What can he do with it? It's a slog. He's got so much work to do.
What? That's so cheeky.
But HugS ain't not able to punish. 4 spot dodges. Spark doesn't take the bait.
What is this play?
Both players playing so patient. We talked last match about the risk of getting greedy.
Yeah.
And I think both players showing what it looks like when you are able to not do that. They're playing this game, this set.
Wow, find the down tilt.
Oh, both of them are playing like they don't need to get the kill right away.
No, exactly. And that's actually the type of mindset you want to have. Let the kill come to you.
All right, that fair doesn't do it. An interesting spot dodge to avoid the poof. He doesn't have too many options. Oh, he makes it back. He gets the nair. Spark's in trouble. He's got the double jump and ooh, another that long wave dash. It's tricking up it's tricking up the Sheiks. Both Bladewise and Hugo have used it to great effect. They get far enough away that the Sheik feels comfortable going to stage or going to ledge, and they do that really long wave dash back, grab the ledge in time, and Sheik's just dead. Done.
I love the sequence at I guess in the far right when HugS was off stage. He went for the up B hit on the poof, and then opted to go straight for the ledge, and then caught with like a forward air. I was like, wow, Spark, you were doing levels on levels on levels for that setup.
So it looks like Spark decides, yeah, platforms are good.
Yeah,
give me some of those.
Give me some of those. We want those in bulk.
So now, in this game 4, HugS needs to find a way to figure out which version of Spark he's playing against. Spark has shown the set play where he uses, fairs, needles, and grabs only, and he's really tricky with that. He's shown the more like open play where he goes with like the back airs and nairs, and he's all over the place and he's on platforms. And then he's also shown the movement-based play where he almost just doesn't attack for 20 seconds, but he's just all over the place. So HugS is going to have to get a read on which one he's playing against and how to beat that particular version of Spark that he shows, and he switches between them so quick.
Nice play from HugS. They're kind of just poking at the shield and then getting in forward tilts and jabs, but they affect the mine.
You can see these fairs and why Spark is willing to use that option so liberally. It's just so strong.
Oh, just enough time.
If HugS has just recognized the situation and held the corner. Oh. These needles from Spark, I think that's going to be the decider in this set. Can he find the needles? It's been so big for him when he does, and so problematic because it's such a commitment when he doesn't hit them. So let's see what he can do there. We're at 3 stocks apiece, but Spark is stuck in this high percentage situation, and he's got to find a way to get Samus out of crouch cancel. HugS finds the nair. That should be it. Yeah, once again. Spark just, he can't find a way back. HugS is covering everything.
And that confident play from Spark earlier, I think it's still there. I think he's actually still consistent. I think he's still playing well, but I feel like HugS has picked up on something, on how he moves or how he approaches.
I definitely feel like there's a bit more fear. You can see it in the shield. You see the green pop up just a little bit more than before, and it's a big deal. HugS wants you in your shield. If you get in your shield, you're in trouble.
Oh, great call out. Wow.
Oh, he calls the full hop, and he just catches him with the charge shot. Oh, no. That's demoralizing right there. Let me tell you.
It definitely is.
Oh, he uses the nair or the get up attack in order to avoid the double poof. That's an interesting option, and it's not something that Spark shows off too often. We know he has it, but just not all that much. So Hugo's just got to read right now.
Yeah, he's just calling out all of his out-of-shield options and his movement. He is now in this boy's head.
And he's moving.
He's moving and grooving.
It's not, sometimes when the player gets a hard read, they sort of sit there and are like, I'm going to wait for you to do the thing I know, and then I'm going to punish you. That's not what we're seeing from HugS right now. Oh, no.
Will he make it back?
Tricky? Nah, it's fine.
Always worried when Hugo does some really tricky Samus recovery stuff.
Yeah, I just haven't seen it that much,
Yeah.
One of the things about Melee is you want to get to those situations where you have much better experience than the opponent. Oh my god, what a call out. And Samus, crazy recoveries. I mean, who but Samus has seen those? Oh man. Spark's got to find a way to get HugS out of crouch cancel % and then get a big punish off of it. And that grab, he's only able to find 30. He needs one more. He gets another grab. This could be big. Fair dash attack. I can't believe that linked.
And
but it works out.
I don't know if I agree with him deciding to challenge the Nair with the back air, but he probably didn't see it coming.
Once again, we see Hugo up 2 stocks to 1. Can he close this out right now?
And kudos to Spark for having the mental composure to kind of still be in it.
Yeah.
Earlier in the middle of his own match, after he got that crazy charge shot read, or after Hugo got that crazy charge shot read, Spark seemed a little off and shaken, but he's still in it.
Oh yeah, he's definitely back on his game. He's moving around a lot more again. You're seeing, you know, he's still throwing out that shield, but I feel like it's a lot quicker and it's in better situations. Sometimes that's what happens, right? You get a read, you realize, oh, I need to use shield more, or you know, whatever it is, and then you overcommit to that option, and you stop playing the game for a little while. Oh,
wow.
Needles are strong, team.
Those hurt boxes that those needles have, like they can actually just take the full charge shot for anything, you know?
Yeah. And one needle takes the full charge shot, and then Samus eats the rest of them. And now we see a last stock situation. Spark can make this comeback. It's going to be tough. Don't get me wrong, but he can do it.
All right.
Another trade. HugS getting a lot of mileage off these trades. And the grab, this is a problem. Oh. HugS doesn't think that Spark's going to end up on the side platform, and so he goes for the grounded punish, and Spark's able to make it out because of it. The fares are coming out, but he catches him with a down smash. Spark's way off stage. We're in trouble here. How can he make it back? All right. Rinse and repeat. He gets the Nair. Spark's going to have to use Zelda to make this work. Oh! The charge shot way off stage, catching the Zelda up B. I feel like Spark played really, really well throughout that set.
Yeah.
But, like, HugS was really good. He just did the things.
I mean, Spark was able to eke out one win, like, at the very beginning. So you know that he has it in him. He has like that potential to really to elevate his game when he can.
Yeah.
But HugS just was not giving him any openings.
In particular, I was a really big fan of the fact that we saw a bunch of different styles coming from Spark, and he's testing Hugo with different stuff, right? And we talked about it at the beginning of Game 4 there. And I just really like to see that from a player. You know, they're not just locked into one strategy, and if that doesn't work, they're screwed. He has a bunch of stuff in the back pocket, and he's forcing Hugo to adapt repeatedly, right? It's not just, you know, figure out layers of this stuff. It's also, oh, then now I'm just going to switch lanes, and I'm going to do this stuff, and we got to figure out the layers here. And